It begins with a small promise, nothing dramatic, just a quiet decision you make to yourself. I'll do it today. Maybe it's studying, working out, learning something new, or finally taking action on a goal that's been sitting in your mind for weeks. And in that moment, it feels real. It feels possible, like this could be the day everything starts changing, but then something subtle happens, not outside. Inside, a thought appears. I'll do it later, and it sounds harmless, logical even. So you delay it, just for a bit. You open your phone, scroll for a few minutes, watch one video, then another, and without realizing it, time starts slipping away. This is the story of Ariv, and if you're paying attention, it might feel a little too familiar. Ariv wasn't lazy. He wasn't incapable. He had goals, ambition, ideas, but he had one silent habit that kept holding him back. Avoidance. He would plan everything perfectly, write down routines, set targets, imagine his future. But when it came to actually starting, he hesitated because starting meant effort, starting meant discomfort, starting meant facing the possibility of failure. And his mind didn't like that. So it protected him, not by helping him move forward, but by keeping him exactly where he was comfortable, distracted, stuck. Days turned into weeks, and that small habit of delaying turned into a pattern. Every time he avoided something important, he felt temporary relief. But that relief came with a cost. Slowly, his confidence started fading because deep down he knew he wasn't living up to his own potential. One day, Ariv noticed something. His friend Kabir, same age, same environment, same opportunities, but completely different results. Kabir wasn't more talented. He wasn't always motivated, but he had something Ariv didn't. He took action, even when he didn't feel like it, even when it was uncomfortable, even when it was messy, and Ariv couldn't understand it. So he asked him, "How do you do it? How do you start even when you don't feel ready?" Kabir smiled and said something simple. "I don't wait to feel ready. I start, and readiness follows." And at first, it sounded too simple, almost unrealistic, but that night, Ariv thought about it. He realized he'd been waiting for the perfect moment, the perfect mood, the perfect motivation, but that moment never came, and it never would, because motivation isn't something you wait for. It's something you create through action. The next day, Ariv tried something different. He didn't make a big plan. He didn't try to fix his whole life. He just picked one. Small task, something simple but meaningful. And instead of thinking about it, he started immediately. Within seconds, his mind resisted. It told him to stop, to delay, to come back later, but he ignored it and kept going. It wasn't perfect. It wasn't easy, but it was done. And for the first time in a long time, he felt something different, not relief, not distraction, but progress, and that feeling was powerful because it showed him something he had been missing all along. Clarity doesn't come from thinking. It comes from doing. Day by day, Ariv started repeating this, small actions, taken immediately. No overthinking, no waiting, just starting. Some days he failed, some days he got distracted, but he didn't stop. And slowly, that version of him that avoided everything started disappearing, and a new version started taking its place, someone who takes action, someone who follows through, someone who doesn't wait. And that shift changed everything, because your life isn't defined by what you plan, it's defined by what you do. Now look at your own life. How many things are you delaying right now? How many times have you told yourself, "I'll do it later"? And how many of those laters actually turn into action? This is the truth most people avoid. The longer you wait, the harder it becomes to start, because delay builds resistance, and resistance kills action. But the opposite is also true. The faster you act, the easier it becomes to continue, because action builds momentum, and momentum builds confidence. So if you feel stuck right now, don't wait for motivation. Don't wait for the perfect moment, because it doesn't exist. Instead, do this. Take action within 5 seconds, something small, anything, because that one action breaks the cycle. It tells your brain, "I'm in control." And that's where everything changes. Now imagine this 1 year from today. There are two versions of you. One who kept waiting, kept delaying, kept saying, "I'll start tomorrow," and one who started immediately, even when it was uncomfortable, even when it was messy. One is filled with regret, the other with progress. Both had the same time, the same opportunities, the same potential. The only difference was action. So the question is, Which one are you becoming? Because the decision isn't made. Someday, it's made today in the next action you take. So stop waiting, stop delaying, stop overthinking, and just start, because action doesn't just change your results, it changes who you become. And if this story made you realize something about your own life, don't ignore it, take action right now. And if you want more real stories like this that don't just motivate you, but actually change how you think and act, make sure you subscribe, hit like, and share this with someone who needs this. Because the next video might be the one that finally helps you become the person you know you can be. And remember, you don't need more time. You need more action, and that choice has always been yours.